What's up everyone, Alex here. So this is one of those days where I had a plan of editing this video that I want to release for a long time, and then news drops of a brand new game that I just absolutely have to talk to you guys about. And today we're going to be talking about Alabaster Dawn by Radical Fish Games. Now, if you've never heard of Radical Fish Games or just not familiar with developers themselves, they're responsible for Crosscode, that action RPG that was released, a few years ago to critical acclaim, and a game that so many of you wanted me to talk about on this channel. But before anything else, let me play you the brand new trailer that debuted this amazing game. So check it out. Now, as I mentioned, Alabaster Dawn builds on top of the success of Crosscode, making a brand new action RPG that I honestly am really looking forward to, because it looks absolutely great right now, even in its prototype stage. Of course, before anything else, I have a link to the Steam page of the game on the description of this video. And by the way, I am not sponsored by them at all. I just absolutely am passionate about this game. And I just want to read what they released this morning announcing the title. I'm reading this, by the way, thanks to RPG Fan, who posted the entire press release. As they said, Alabaster Dawn is an action RPG that builds on the best aspects of Crosscode. It features a deep combat system, challenging puzzles, and a mysterious world teeming with secrets, all bundled up in an engaging story. The shadow of Nyx has fallen, warping the world into a wasteland and vanishing the gods and their people. Now, Juno, the outcast chosen, awakens to an impossible task: bring it all back. Now, they also started talking about how they started development on Alabaster Dawn, which is right around when the last Crosscode DLC, A New Home, was released, and it was known until very recently as Project TERRA, which then started by writing a brand new engine. And just like Crosscode, the game is based on HTML5, which I did not know. Just shows you how powerful HTML is these days. But this time around, they've decided to use WebGL to support its 3D graphics. Additionally, they decided to rewrite their entire code base from JavaScript to TypeScript in order to simplify the ports onto other consoles. So that's hoping that this shift is going to allow us to see Alabaster Dawn on consoles a lot sooner. After several days of prototyping and building a new solid foundation, we finally settled for the name Alabaster Dawn, and we're ready to properly start working on all of the content we planned. Currently, the game is still in a rather early state content-wise, but relatively far developed in terms of features. We're close to reaching a proper vertical slice that will demonstrate all major features, and just like Crosscode, we will consider releasing Alabaster Dawn as an early access title to support an extended development time and gather more feedback to further improve the game in its best possible state. And as far as feature set goes, this is what they outlined. A unique 2.5D art style combining pixel art with a subtle 3D perspective, a deep combat system featuring combo trees, 4 elements, and 8 unique weapons that can be quickly switched between at any time, a large environment to explore that will change and develop as the game progresses, settlements that will be built from rubbles into bustling towns, several larger dungeons filled with puzzles and large boss fights, a complete RPG system with leveling, equipment, and skill trees, a unique cooking system that combines healing and buff consumables with a leveling system designed to avoid item hoarding. All the exploration jumping you loved or hated from Crosscode. The 3D helps with the perspective. A detailed movement system with auto jumping and precise collision. An engaging story about rebuilding a civilization with lots of surprise twists. And an original soundtrack by Dennis Akbulut, aka Nagi Shirakumo. I want us to kind of browse through Radical Fish Games' blog, and what's really cool about this developer is they're actually super open to being transparent about their development process, and I kind of want to read their press release that they released before we go through their website and see some tidbits of their development process, if you're interested in that sort of thing. And here you see the official website for Radical Fish Games, and like I said, they're very open and very transparent about the development process. Obviously, they're going to clamp down the more the game becomes feature complete so they can prevent spoilers from getting out. But what's really cool is that they really outline a lot of their development process here. And on the very right side of their website, it does have an Alabaster Dawn category that you can literally click and you'll see all of these like wonderful posts that they've already categorized under that specific game. And I actually have several different pages that are bookmarked here. Like, for example, this is their introduction of the main character, who at this time was known as Juno O'Leary. And there's a lot of interesting things here, like for example them talking about like the movement of the character, which is really cool. Like, it's really well animated, and can you believe this is HTML5? I really can't. Like, and look at the parallaxing that's happening there with the environment. That's really gorgeous. There's a lot of work that they put into this game already. Like, for example, this is when they finally had like NPCs like talking and stuff, which is really fantastic. It's really interesting to see how transparent they are and really showing like the progress of the game. And I'll say, like, this game looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the color palette, the choices that they made, you know, to kind of represent this world. It's just really gorgeous and really breathtaking. They have a lot more videos and stuff to share. Thomas showed this gameplay right here, which is just absolutely fantastic. It looks so good. It's interesting. So this is like how they design some of the levels and stuff like in the game, and you don't get to see this sort of thing like a lot at all. And this is how they create like their iconography in the game for their menus. There's so much like really cool stuff like that people are like working on that, you know, it just shows like how passionate these developers are. And here's some new pre-alpha footage that's like building a brand new world. That's kind of like an overview map that they're putting in the game. There's music, but you know, you're not going to hear it right now, unfortunately, because of the way that, you know, I have it set up. There's enemies now, as you can see. There's like that gameplay right there, which is like pre-alpha footage, which is so fantastic. And here's like their equipment system and their menu system, which of course is very much like evocative of Crosscode. So that's always great. There's a lot of UI polish that's happening as well, as you can see. Like I said, they're very detailed, and I love how they chronicle their entire process. And it's just so gorgeous to like look at this game, just, you know, from the very beginning up until like where it is right now. It is so gorgeous. And so I think I'm going to stop right here because I'm pretty sure a lot of you are curious about this game and you can do the browsing yourself. I'm going to link the blog in addition to the Steam listing where you can wishlist the game in the description of this video. But more importantly, I am curious about what you think about this game. Like, are you going to pick this up when it comes out? Are you going to wishlist it right now to let the developers know that you want to support this game? Post your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. And more importantly, if you played Crosscode, I'd love to hear it as well. And because Alabaster Dawn features a fantastic character, that kind of reminds me that I redid the best JRPGs with great characters video a few weeks ago into this really incredible love letter to all of the great characters that I met in JRPGs in this one video. I also wanted to bring up my top 10 RPG genres, speaking of which, because RPG genres aren't just turn-based or aren't just action. There's also tactical, roguelike, and so many more that you wouldn't think are RPGs. I have them all linked right here for you to check out. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.